Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. GungHoGuns here, the mustache, the cheekbones, and yes, the ankles as well. Now today we're talking about Blue Protocol Star Resonance and what actually matters, and that is the end game. The end game loop, the PvE grind, whatever you want to call it. I think this is what actually makes or breaks games, especially MMOs. It's the final part of the game, the end game grind, if you will, the loop that you have to do to get your best gear, to compete, etc., etc. Now, there is a lot of rumors going on. One in particular is that the global launch is penciled in for October 15th, which again sounds amazing. However, when you think about it, that pretty much means that whatever is in the game right now in beta is most likely going to be the same thing that's going to release on October 15th. I don't think they're going to be adding a bunch of different stuff in a month, guys. I don't think that's what's going to be. So today, I'm going to go over everything that there is to do in endgame to get the perfect gear, to get your gear leveled up, enchanted, and all that good stuff for you to be the best of the best and be able to compete in the raids, all that good stuff. So grab yourself a drink, take a seat, and let's pull this thing apart. Are you looking for friends to play Blue Protocol Star Resonance with? Then stop running around like a lost puppy and come join the Mando community. We're not just a guild, we're a bunch of lunatics bound by friendship, brotherhood, and the shared ability to be actually good guildmates. We raid, we craft, we smash PvE, and if PvP's around, we'll throw ourselves in the meat grinder too, loudly, proudly, and probably with a drink in a hand. We also run social events, hang out, basically vibe our way through new MMOs like a traveling circus of chaos. So, if you're looking for a new crew to enjoy this game with, hop into our Discord. The link is in the bio. Come join us. We got room, we got bad jokes, and probably also mustaches. All right, thank you guys very much for being here. I very much appreciate you again. Let's get this thing moving. So again, these are not in any particular order. I'm going to be doing it per building just to make things a little easier for myself and for you guys. I will put timers in the video, so if you feel free, if you want to jump ahead, feel free to, and then just come back if you want to see something else. Anyway, we're going to start things off with the main building right here, and this is called the Bureau building. And Stella is our main lady. Now, she is the weekly Pioneer Award vendor. I actually think this should be reward instead of award, but again, translation thing maybe. Either way, this is what she gives you weekly. So these are the Pioneer Awards. Now, if you see, there's Chaotic Realms, World Wilderness, and Life Skills. And these are weekly, by the way. You see right here, they end in 3 days, etc. So the Chaotic Realms, this is the dungeons in this game. The 5-person dungeons that you can do. If you do 2 of them, you will unlock this box here. If you do 4 of them, 6 of them, you get it, right? The middle one is the World Wilderness. This is bosses that are in the world. If you do these, you will, again, 2 lead bosses, 6 lead bosses, etc., etc. You're going to unlock this section. And finally, the bottom is the life skills. These are pretty much when you're crafting, etc., the stamina you consume, pretty easy to do. Now, you're able to select 1 item from the same type every week in each section, right? I actually did a test this past week just to kind of see if it's going to work, and it did let me do that. I only got these 2 last week just to kind of see how it's going to work, and I was able to choose 1 gear piece and 1 item that's going to increase getting my gear upgraded, etc., etc. Now, before somebody asks, the answer is yes. I was able to get some really high endgame gear through these boxes. Next, again, same building as Stella. We're just going to skip down over here to Miss Anne right here. And she is the trial path administrator. You can also go to the trial paths, by the way, in your menu by hitting escape, and it will actually lead you right to her. It will just take you right there, just like so. They have the auto pathing. Anyway, what are the trial paths and what do they actually give you? So if you look right here, these are the trial paths, and you see per character, they have DPS, tanking, and support, aka healing. And what these actually give you when you beat them is they give you money, and then as you kind of go up, they will also give you these arcane seal support items. And this is how it is, by the way, on all of them. This is what they're going to give you, along with some money and some rose orbs. Now, if you scroll all the way down to, like, say 29, and then eventually 30, you're going to notice is the same thing. You're just going to get some of these arcane seals, and top of that, you're going to get a badge, which again, this doesn't really power you up, but it's really cool to have. Anyway, why are these important? So if you go to your talents, for example, and as you see, I am, working on my build. If I want to unlock, like, for example, this move right here, I am going to need one of these arcane seals for the DPS. Now, it's again the same thing it is for the healing and for the tanking. You are going to need one of these for each of these big moves to actually unlock them. So they're very important for your character. And again, this is how you're going to get them. And obviously, you should do all three of them. I think that's how they meant you to do it, is they want you to actually do it per character, have a DPS slot, have a tanking slot, and have a support slot as well. And next, we have the raids. But really quick, I don't know who this is, but my goodness, good for you, fella or lady. That costume looks fantastic. Anyway, the World Boss Crusades is right here in the same building, just further down, it is Victor. Now, if you look at the World Boss, this is a 24-hour, you get one participation or one attempt at it again, if you will. And what you normally get is this thing called the Astral Reputations, and you also get some Rose Orbs. Now, if we click right here, I actually want to show you this. Now, you don't necessarily have to kill it. You have to get it below 80% within the time. These are very hard to kill, by the way. You really want to have a good team that's going to be on there and actually be able to do it. Now, as you see right here, as you kind of go, and if you are within the top 3 players, or the top 3 contribution players, I should say, you are going to get something like this. Now, this is the honor proofs. I don't know what it's actually for. I don't think it's for anything, but it just kind of gives you like the, hey, you're pretty awesome, dude. Here you go. Anyway, that's what you get when it comes to the World Boss Crusades. There really, like I said, there really isn't. I just get, again, these badges and things like that. You don't, as I haven't gotten any armor from them personally. But if we look at the store right over here in the reputation vendor, again, this is the reputation vendors that you're going to get. You can actually get the Will Wish coins. We can give you 1 free chance. On top of that, you get a really cool armor set. But what's really important here is the money. Now, as you see, I buy this every time I get a chance to. This is the, honestly, for me, because I play a lot of different classes on this character, this was like the stuff that held me back. It was the amount of money. Like, I just ran out of money to upgrade my stuff. This really will help you. So again, make sure to do it every day. Start stacking these. It is going to help you in the end. And then lastly, for this building, we have the Bureau Commissions right in the middle, by the way. And you can do these daily. As you see, I already done them. They're going to give you some coins. They're also going to give you the Astral Reputations, as well as the honor coins. And as you see, you have 2 attempts. However, I've already done it, so I'm not going to get any awards or rewards, if you will, if I do them. So again, just do them once a day and you will be good. So what are these again used for? If we go back to the store, and again, we already talked about the reputation ones, but if we go to the honor ones, same thing, okay? What's really, really important here, and again, as you see, you can buy these arcane seals for, if you need more help. You can also get more money. Right here, you can get the reforged stones, by the way, which are used to upgrade your gear and make it stronger, as well as like all 3 of these are pretty much for your gear upgrades. On top of that, you can get the advanced book selections, which I'm actually going to get 10 of them just to kind of show you how it actually works. And as you see right here, we're going to get 10. Purchase, and then if we go open those 10 right here, I am a Stormblade, so we're going to take all 10. This is again what it's used for. And if you go to skills, like for example, this skill right here is really cool. You can actually upgrade your skill, and as you see right here, it is going to do a lot more damage and so forth and so forth, as you can upgrade it all the way to stage 6. So just like that, that skill has been upgraded. And you can earn these by doing your dailies right here, and it's 3 missions. They're very easy to do, by the way. Like the bottom one right here, you do like a test and then you fight the boss with 2 power-ups. The light bridge platform is like a puzzle. You jump on top of them, the bridge disappears, and you kind of have to figure out where you go. It takes like 10 seconds. And then Purify the Void, there's 3 different waves of mobs that come at you. Very easy to kill. and then you just move on. Again, this whole 3 of them, honestly, it took me maybe 5 minutes, 10 tops, and you can just teleport to them. So definitely recommend doing these every single day. It's going to help you in the end. All right, and the next part is the dungeons, and this is again located on the Unit X research facility right here. And this honestly is going to be where you're going to get majority of your gear. Majority, like 99, if not 100%, you're going to get it from here. And every one of these, as you look right here, if you stand on top of it, it'll show you what dungeon you're fighting or what the boss looks like. This is the Goblin Nest, for example, and then this one is Tina's Mind Realm, and then the Towering Ruin, and etc, etc. And how these work is these are based, if I go right over here, these are based on your ability score. Now, as you see, your ability score is your gear, your emblems, your eventually your modules, skill training, talents, etc, etc. Everything added together will give you your gear score. So for example, I'm like over 8,000 because again, I've been trying different classes. I have one, I think my tank is like over 10,000 right now. But again, for the DPS class, for example, the Goblin one, to do the normal mode, you have to be at least 1870. Okay, and if you do evaluate, it'll actually tell you if you're okay to do this. Now, in the normal mode, you are going to get purple items. You're going to also get the reforged stones and some money. And what's really cool, you can actually do the single or duo, with a friend. You can go ahead and do them, and it'll summon NPCs to help you. The difficult mode, or this is, as I like to call it, hard mode. This is, again, a little harder. They hit a lot harder as well, but you are going to start getting legendary gear. And this is like the yellow gear, if you will, as well as money and all that good stuff. But this is where you have a small chance of getting a legendary weapon, a very good chance of getting a legendary gauntlet, and earrings as well. And again, this is how you're going to get your legendary gear. So if I go to my gear, for example, as you see, I have a couple of helmets, couple of bracers, earrings, necklaces, etc, 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 and etc, right? This is where you're going to be getting them. All right, next is located right here in between the Unit X building and the Bureau building. It is this little building right here. And again, this is inside is the Imagine Research, okay? And what is Imagine Research? So if we go back to our skills and then we go equipped, you will actually see what these battle imagines are. You can equip 2 of them. As you see right here, I have these 2. And what these are, if I go back again to my gear pieces, or my talents, I should say, right here, these are the 2 that I have equipped. And these are monsters that you can summon every 60 seconds. You get 2 of them, by the way. And they're going to either do something. Like this one, for example, does a lot of damage. It buffs up, all that good stuff. This one does the same thing. However, it's the passive effect that you really want. For example, the passive event or the passive effect, this guy will give me 5% XP or 5% HP at all times. This guy, for example, special damage increased by 6%. Now, again, this is where, and again, let me actually show you where to get these, and I'll talk about this here in a second. But this is where a lot of the pay-to-win scenario are going to come in play, by the way. Anyway, once you go inside, you talk to Mason. And as you see right here, he will have the will wish, battle will exchange, imagine, craft. So if you click on this one, for example, this is where, again, if you don't care about spending money, you can actually just keep rolling all of these. And as you see right here, you have a very good chance to get some of these high-end monsters at 5% guarantee, or even these like crazy good ones right up here. Now, what do these actually do? And as again, if you go right here, and if we go battle crafting, etc. So for example, the Maku or the Muku King. I just want to give you one example of why this is such a big deal. And again, I do think this is kind of like endgame min max, just to kind of push you over the edge. Again, whatever the effect is, we're not going to be even worried about that. Obviously, it's very good. Again, these are gold, right? Tons of really good stuff it does. You can read that for yourself. What I'm really interested in is the passive effect. When healing is done, there's a 30% chance that it grants a shield equal to 30% of the attack. When the shield expires, it releases a gust of wind, dealing attack damage equal to 30% of that attack. ridiculous. And again, you can summon this every 120. And again, same thing is, look at this one, for example, strength 6%, intellect 6%, agility 6%. Same thing here. Like, there are so many of these that are just like 10% crit damage. Oh my goodness. So again, as you see right here, this is going to be like the end game imagine research, and again, you can have 2 of them. This is really going to push you over the the next edge and become even stronger. All right, moving on to the next one, and this one is located down here, and this is the gear workshop, if you will. And again, it's this building right outside this big clock thing. World spinning. Anyway, there's 3 vendors over here, and unfortunately Grace is the module expert. This was not available in beta, so we can't really talk about it, but we do have Harvey and then Maxim. Harvey, by the way, is going to be using these things right here called the Aloe Shards. Remember earlier that you can buy them, and you can buy purple items for your class. Again, between the weapon, all the pieces, all the jewelry, including the charm as well. I also buy all the pouch, the Luno pouches, the money, because again, I run out of money pretty bad. This is, by the way, per class. You can switch these. Like, for example, if you go Oracle, as you see, instead of that one, it is going to start giving you things. Actually, might not show it here, but it's going to start giving you things with intellect, if you will. So again, this is where you buy the purple gear when you're first starting out. And if you need to, move from level 10, 20, and eventually 40, this is what it's going to give you. Maxim, on the other hand, is going to be your best friend. Maxim is the guy that is going to help you get your gear perfect. So, for example, Reforge, okay? Reforge, let me see if I have any of my items that are not done. This one, okay, perfect. So as you see right here, 92 out of 100, you can increase the damage, format, and agility, and all that stuff, as you see right here, what I have on this side. And again, this uses those Reforge stones. You pop it, and then you can reforge, and as you see right here, they kind of went up to do 100 out of 100. And this is how you're going to get your stuff to be even stronger, and all that good stuff. As you see, all my gear should be pretty much done. And like so. On top of that, they also have the refine options. And again, this is going to just refine your weapon. And this is per class, by the way. These work on everything. And as you see right here, they're not, based on the actual weapon or the gear piece. This is based on your character. So for example, like you can go from basic attack for your tank, healer, and this one. At the same time, just level it and it goes up there, and it just kind of gives you more refined armor, more stamina, more bonus effect, and all that good stuff, as you see right here. And again, it's not based on what item pieces you have equipped. It is based on your character. Again, really weird system, but again, it definitely does help. As you see right here, refined attack, it'll give you +2 on it. Now, going over now to the gear embed, and again, you can select a gem. I don't have any on me, unfortunately, but you can select the gem here that can either give you, more agility, more crit, more attack, etc., and you can equip it into your armor pieces with this system right here. And that's how you would do that. On top of that, you have a gear dismantle system. So if we go, for example, over here, we have a bunch of these right here that I'm not going to be using. And as you see, if you dismantle it, you're going to get all that good stuff just like so. So that's how that works right there when you get to empower your gear pieces and your armor. The last thing I want to talk about, since we're already here, is these other items for your life skills for crafting. And I don't know why I can't jump over the same thing. Anyway, let me show you it on the roof. As you see over here, there's always somebody crafting stuff. This is really good, by the way. You definitely want to make sure that you guys get your life crafting up, because it is going to help you in the end by the long run. Now, if we go over to life skills, not all of them, by the way, are going to help you get your character stronger, but they'll give you, bonuses, more damage. Food is a very big thing in this game, etc. But if you go over to regular, right here, you kind of see what you can make. And as you see, nothing really much from the botany, but if you go to mining, as you see right here, you get really cool ore, These are the gems, by the way, you can put into your gear. This is how you're going to make them. But if we go to artistry, for example, as you see here, you can actually make purple and gold weapons. Just like so. And these are some really good ones, by the way. Level 60, by the way. Because remember, we had level 40 before. Now we have level 60. And I think this is what Master is going to drop in those dungeons. I'm not sure. But again, you can just craft them. You can craft these weapons, these 4 weapons over here. As you see, I believe it's the same ones over and over. And it is the bow. It is the healer. It's the guitar. It's the staff, the bow, and then the revival rings, which is again for the same thing for the healer. So I think these are the 4 that carpentry or artistry does for you. Alchemy doesn't give you any, I don't believe. Smelting. So smelting is going to give you, as you see right over here, is going to give you some pieces of armor pieces right over here. On top of that, it is going to give you the shield, the double sword, the lance, as well as the tachi, and then the chest as well. And as you see here, you can do the level 40s, or you can jump to the level 60s, which is really cool. So again, smelting, for example, is something I'm going to do because I am probably going to play the swordsman. So I'm definitely going to get ahead and get this. Gemology, same thing over here. As you see, is going to give you the earrings. And then the bracelets and the rings, which is really cool. And then the weaving, I believe this is for the charm and etc, etc, etc. But as you see, you can craft them at level 60, you know, with your life skills. So they are very important in this game. All right. And lastly, I want to talk about the Stimen Vaults. And then again, this is located right on top here, right by, and let me just zoom in just a little bit, by the Stimen Vaults entrance. And you will see this manage vendor Daher right here. And this is very good. You can actually do this with a team, I believe, or a fine party. I know I've done it with a couple of friends. But as you see right here, this is going to drop those imagines, the really powerful ones, like this one, for example. And you'll be able to get some really good ones because this is, again, what they drop. And then they also drop, as you see, the items that are going to be needed to actually craft the said imagine right here. And as you go up, it's going to drop even crazier ones, even stronger ones. And again, just like so, as you see right there, it is going to start dropping all of them. And it goes all the way up, by the way. But again, as a team, this is like a timed event. You pretty much, you guys go in there and you clear all these floors. It's like, and you have about 2-3 minutes to do it. And you have to kill all the ads in there to complete that floor pretty much. That's how these work. And again, it is a best way, or one of the better ways, if you don't want to spend any money. Even if you spend the money, but you don't want to spend for the items to actually craft it, these Stimen Vaults are there for you. The very last thing that I'm going to talk about, because again, this does help you a little bit, but again, it is something for you guys to do at endgame as well, or maybe throughout the game, and that is the monster hunt, or monster hunter, if you will. Now, as you see right here, there's a couple different options on the side. The very top one are just basic monsters. You're going to get some money and some, some orbs and, nothing too crazy, as you guys see right here. Nothing too crazy, just some XP, some money, badges, etc. Stuff that you're going to need to craft, some things. But again, super easy to do. You just go and you kill a bunch of them. As you see right here, this is how you do them. You just got to kill them and hope that it drops for you. Now, moving on to the elites. Now, elites are actually pretty good. Not all of them are going to, as you see right here, I only found a few of them, but I'll be honest, I have not been looking. But as you see, it does drop the Imagine for the Goblin Warrior. On top of that, it drops the materials that you're going to need to craft it, as well as the Arcane Seals and the books that you need to advance your class. So again, pretty cool stuff. Now, if we go over to the bosses, or the elites, if you will, this is where things get really interesting. And as you see right here, you get some items and orbs like before, but as you see, you get the gold imagines and all the stuff that you actually need to craft them. On top of that, you still get all the other good stuff that you would get before. But as you see right here, as they get higher, you get, there's a chance it's going to drop itself pretty much. You definitely want to go ahead and do these. These are not easy to kill. I'm not going to lie. I walked up to one thinking that, I was level 55 at the time. I'm like, I got this. Dude, I did maybe like 1% damage to him in like 5 minutes and I just left. So again, you need a total group to kill this. Don't just think you can find it and do it. But anyways, you see, this is what it drops, and is the stuff that you're going to actually need to go ahead and craft these. Now, there's also one of the magic creatures that you can find in the wild, and these are skins and mounts that you can get, by the way, that as you see right here, these are just the headwear and some special items they have in game that you're able to get, that are pretty interesting, shinies, if you will. But that pretty much covers everything in game. There are, as you see, if you go features and weeklies, there are some stuff that we just went over that it's going to give you some guild stuff. Definitely some guild stuff can help you, gear up and things like that. Even doing the dances, by the way, that come around, you just go there and dance. There's a chance, like a very low chance, you might get some legendary gear. And again, you can just hit go and navigate. Let me actually show you how that works, because again, sometimes when I take a break and I go, get dinner or lunch or something, and I'm playing, I'll just do this and, walk away. All you have to do is hit J, and then find your emojis. Where did I put my emojis? And then you just dance. And if you just sit there, you're going to get these rewards. As long as this thing is going, it's going to give you rewards claimed. You get friendship stuff, and all that good stuff. But anyway, again, I haven't gotten anything good from here, but hey, maybe you'll get lucky. I hope you guys learned something. I know it's a longer video, but this is literally everything in this game at the moment that you can do to get gear and power yourself up. Let me know in the comments if you made it this far. Let me know what you think. Do you think this game has a chance? Do you think the Endgame loop is okay? Do we need more? Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one.